Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know you guys clicked on this video looking at the title that my cruise got crashed into. So it happened a few days ago in Udupi where I had gone to do some shopping and me and Pranika had gone. I wanted to buy some wires. So Pranika had joined me that day and she was sitting inside the car. I had gone to the store. The car was on, the AC was turned on, the windows were up and all that. It was on the roadside. So I had parked the car like this. There was car parkings like this vertically next to me, and there were other cars parked there. So I was inside the store. I just had 2 minutes of work. That's all. I just wanted to pick up some wires. So I went inside the store. I was asking the store guy for the wires. He was just taking it out. And I was about to pay, and I look outside. I see there is some kind of a panic. So I rush out and I go and ask Pranalika what happened. And Pranalika tells me that the car that was parked vertically next to my car banged into my car. So that she was a female driver, and she went up, and she was ready to leave. So I went up to her window, knocked it, and I was like, "Excuse me, you hit my car." And the first thing she says is, "Adjust and go. It's just a small scratch. Adjust and go." That is not the way you talk to someone after you crash into their car. I'm sure you all know that. That's really wrong. So then I was like, "What do you mean? You have crashed into my car." So she gets down from the car and she's like, "It's just a small scratch. Please adjust and go." And I'm like, "No, it doesn't work that way." See, initially I just wanted an apology, guys. That's all I wanted. But she was not even apologizing. She was asking me to do something as if she's my master. So I was like, "See, I went and saw the bumper and there was a scratch. It was a bumper scratch. It was not much, but I told her that it is going to cost me a lot to replace this. I was just expecting a sorry, but still there was nothing." So I really got angry, and her mom also got down, and her mom started saying that it's just a small scratch. You adjust and go. Why you doing a scene? There are a lot of scratches happened to our car. We have adjusted and gone till now. It seems previous a week ago they had an accident and they adjusted and went. It seems. I was like, that is not the reason you give me that I should adjust and go. That is your opinion that you adjusted and went. Okay, so this is not the way you talk to someone. And I was like, let's do one thing. I don't want to talk to you guys. I'll call the police. She was like, why police? Police don't want this and all your drama. So I was like, okay, fine, you do one thing. When the police comes, you explain to them that they are also doing drama and ask them to adjust and go. Let's see if they listen to you. Then her mom was like, no, this is all drama. We know. And she went and sat inside. And then the girl who was driving, she became apologetic. She was like, "I'm really sorry, brother. I'm really sorry. Please, I don't have the money to compensate you. If I had the money, I would have given you. I drive an Alto. Why would I be driving an Alto?" I was like, "See, I'm not expecting any money from you. All I wanted was an apology. Obviously, if there was a major crash, like if my bumper was broken or anything like that, cruise parts are so expensive. I would have expected a compensation from her. But that was a bumper scratch. All I wanted was an apology. I could have let it go, but if I do that, she will take others also for granted. She'll go crash into someone else's car and she'll expect them also to adjust and go. That is not the way. So I wanted to teach them a lesson by making them apologize. See, if you ask sorry, you become the greater person. I don't know why some people just neglect or refrain from saying sorry. That's not the way, guys. If you are at mistake, you should tell a sorry. Okay, that's the first part. So I said, okay, I forgive you. You can go. You please teach your mom how to talk. That's not the way you talk to people after you crash. Everybody in and around, because it was a scene. We were having a heated argument. Everybody were looking at us, and everybody were laughing at them because they were so stupid in the way they were explaining things. So meanwhile, I'd even given a call to police. I dialed 100, which is the emergency line in India. So I dialed thrice, and every time I got disconnected because I had to click this number 8, I think digit 8, to get connected to the control room. I'm not sure. The argument was going on. This phone was saying something. And I tried 3 times and it didn't get connected. And I think they blacklisted my number after that and I couldn't call back. So yeah, then what happened was later I realized I could have called the local station and brought them in, but why create a scene? It's okay, it was a bumper scratch. Yeah, so my point here is first of all, you should know how to talk after an accident. I know everybody will get angry because they love their car and all that, but later they'll come to a realization and they'll cool down. Second thing, guys, there's a lot happening here around, the Zomato guys thing, that lady who's an influencer. I don't want to take any sides, but after the statement the Zomato guy gave, if you guys haven't watched it, go watch that video. It feels that that person also very genuine, but we are nobody to take the decision. But yeah, many we have had instances where women have taken the law for granted, and because the law is supportive towards them, they have misused it. So I've also watched a recent video that went viral where the guy is going on the road and this girl suddenly comes across, and the first thing she does is shows a middle finger. She's on a call without a helmet, and I mean, that guy thinks that she doesn't have a license as well. I think I'll leave a video here somewhere. I don't know. Yeah, so you can go watch that video as well. I won't play the entire video or this thing, but later on, after that guy leaves, she comes and she overtakes him, makes him stop, and she was like, I'll put a molestation case on you. So that's just misusing law, and I think she didn't know that he had a GoPro or some action cam recording the whole thing. That's why she said it. But if it wasn't recording, he'd be in a big trouble. That is not the way you talk. So the main thing I'm making this video is, guys, get a dash cam to your car, or get a action cam to your bike or something. A dash cam always records whatever happens, whatever instances happen, so you have a proof. Because these days a lot of people misuse law, and at the time of my crash, Pranika started recording their statement, because of which they became apologetic, is what we believe, because we had evidence. Otherwise they would have just fled the area saying that nothing happened, we didn't do it also. That would also be reasoning. So yeah, when she was reversing, Pranika was even honking at her. She didn't even listen. She was looking at this side and reversing while my car was parked this side, and she was giving me that as an explanation to understand. When you're driving, you have to look all the sides, especially in India, guys. Everywhere there's traffic coming in and out, and there are people putting right indicator and taking left. You have seen instances. So that's what, just be careful, get a dash cam. I haven't bought one yet. I'm looking for the best option in India, so I'm looking at a lot of options. When I buy one, I will surely recommend it down in the description. You can go buy it. If you found something better, you can buy it and suggest me as well, or if you have something really good, you can suggest me as well. And yeah, that is it. So my car is in the service center. I'm going to the service center to pick it up right now. I'll go pick it up. And there is another black Cruze for sale. It's a 2010, 96,000 kilometers done, single owner vehicle with my service advisor in Renault. Renault and Chevy are combined. They do service in Renault itself. So the service manager there owns a Cruze to 2010. So he's selling it. Recently he got the clutch and flywheel replaced of the vehicle. The vehicle is in good condition. I will go test drive the vehicle, and you can see the footages, and then if you like the car and you want to make a deal, you can get in touch with me on Instagram, and I will give you his contact details. You can call him and decide. So let's go, guys. Come on. So hey guys, I'm at the Renault showroom right now. As I've showed you, the black Cruze that is owned by my service advisor. He's Mr. Santosh. So I'll leave his contact details down below. You can get in touch with me on Instagram if you want to come and see the car. So it's right here at the Renault showroom. My car is shining right now. Everything has been done. The scratch that I just showed you right now, the footage, it's been taken care of. They're rubbing it, so it will be gone by then. I'm also planning to go on a test drive on a Kiger, Renault Kiger. It is a turbo engine petrol manual car, so I really want to try it out because it has some futuristic looks and the interior seems really nice. So I'm going to test that as well. So first things first, I'm going to go on a test drive on my car and then going to go on that car. So stay tuned. So hey guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the entire sequence. It might have become a little long, but if you guys love cars, I don't think you would have minded that one. So the black Cruze that you saw me driving first, as soon as I reached the showroom, is owned by my service advisor, Mr. Santosh. The car is in a very good condition in terms of engine. The driving is really good. The interiors are a little patched up. You need to change a few things. Obviously it's a 2010 vehicle, you will have a little expense on it, but in terms of engine, because recently the clutch and flywheel was changed in the showroom itself, which cost around 66,000 rupees, as I've told in many of my other videos. So that has been done in the showroom. So it's a good pick if any one of you are looking for a Cruze. It's a single owner vehicle. It's done 96,000. You can go there, look at the car, drive the car, and then only decide. Don't take my word for it. You can decide for yourself. So that's that. My car, the engine bedding had to be changed because the bedding is completely gone, because of which there was an engine vibration. Like when you leave the clutch, there was a jerk in the car, so it was not very comfortable to drive like that. So I had ordered this a year ago, but because of the COVID situation, I think I've already told this to you guys, I had to go to Coog and I couldn't come and get it fixed. So yeah, now it's replaced and the car is super smooth. Whenever you leave the clutch, the car moves very smoothly and it's not jerky anymore. So yeah, for the power and all that, it's perfect. And yeah, the scratch that you saw, that is also removed with just a little bit of 3M rubbing polish. So I said it was not a big deal. So yeah. And now I want to talk about Renault Kiger. It is a wonderful vehicle if you're looking for a sub segment at 10 lakh below car. The turbo version especially, don't go for the normal version if you're a driving enthusiast. It has 3 modes: the eco, normal and sport. I didn't try the normal mode because I didn't know you had to press the button for normal. It's a rotatory dial, so left is eco, right is sport, and center when you click is normal, something like that. So because my service advisor knows that I like powerful vehicles, he was like, drive it in sport, eco and all doesn't work for you. So initially I moved the car in eco, as you guys saw in the footage, but eco was a little slow and it's not that powerful, but for city driving it is amazing. Sport on the other hand is just mind-blowing because I didn't go above third gear, because till third gear itself I was taking the revs up to around 6500 rpm. It goes up to 6500 to 7000 rpm. That's also crazy, and the manual is really fun to drive. In the second gear I reached around 87 kmph, and third gear it reaches around 111 kmph and all that, something like that. So yeah, it was a crazy car. It's fun to drive and it's sporty, has all the features that you can ask. It has this accessory pack which gets wireless charging and all that, and it has a touchscreen display, it has a digital tachometer, everything is there. So yeah, for and the back space, like the rear passenger space is just amazing. I was just shocked because I am quite a heavy person, you guys know that, and for me usually the leg space in most cars are not adequate. And trust me, like even Pranalika has a Fortuner, we have a Rexton and all that, even in those vehicles the leg space is not as much as this one. I was really shocked, like I could spread my legs and sit in the back side. So yeah, it was just crazy. Pranalika drove the car as well after I took the U-turn, and I forgot to film it. So I could have done a series like Who Says Women Can't Drive, because it's a manual car, right? She rips, trust me. Next time I'll make her drive my Cruze and show you guys. So yeah, she also had a lot of fun driving the car, and she was also shocked that this car costs only 10,65,000 on road for the top end model. So yeah, it's a great pick if you guys are looking for a new car in 2021. And I think the claimed mileage is 20 kmpl, but 20 and all is bogus. And the way I drove in the video, if you drive like that, you're not going to get 20 ever. But in eco mode, in city, if you go slow, you're supposed to get 17 or 16 at least, and in sport mode you might get 14, 15ish. Drive slow. And in these cars I don't recommend speeds above 120 or 130 or even 140 for that matter. I think you can take it up to 140. Now the build quality has improved drastically because there's a lot of competition in other cars. They're doing much better build quality, especially Skoda and Volkswagen. Yeah, so that's what. But 140 above in these segment vehicles is not advisable. So yeah, it's a very good family car, very spacious. The boot space is also decent. I didn't open the boot, I didn't care. But yeah, boot space, I have the catalog, the brochure and all. The boot space is also good enough for 2 bags and compact family. It's a perfect vehicle. So instead of going for the traditional Maruti or the Hyundai vehicles, just go and check out this Kiger. Go for a test drive. Might like it. If you do, go for it because it has a really sporty look. And yeah, that's all. So hope you guys enjoyed my video. I'll be coming up with another video really soon. I was really busy with some of my DIY works. I will show you what I was doing. After that, I'll bring Cruze versus Laura. I have to talk to my friend. I'm pretty sure he's pissed off. He's been waiting for me to make that video. So yeah, and a lot of you guys are messaging me on Instagram and sharing your experiences with your Cruze and telling me what and all maps you've got, what and all accessories you've got, or what and all modifications you've got. I really love it. I enjoy it. So yeah, keep doing it. Don't hesitate to ask me any doubts if you have. My Instagram is always there in my description at Rishang_Panana. You can message me anytime and share your car experiences. You can also tag me in your photos if you don't have a private account. So yeah, I'll be happy to chat with you guys. So see you guys very soon in my next video. Subscribe. I've told you I'm so close to hitting 1,000 subscribers, so let's make it happen. It's not like a goal or something for me, but I'm just really happy that you guys are enjoying my content. So yeah, if you guys really like this video and if you have stayed till this moment of the video, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. It will encourage me to make more videos, as I told before. See you guys, bye bye.